live shortly, folks. So, hi everybody, Philip Wade here from the Universal Studio in North Yorkshire. I haven't been live for a little while, but I just wanted to share with you what I'm calling the essence of spiritual inquiry and an invitation here today. You know, over the years of sharing the message of spiritual self-realization, I've been asked thousands of questions on all manner of people's spiritual experiences, issues where they're struggling in life. Many different aspects of life have all come up at the events. And the fundamental thing to understand about all the questions that have been asked, and the essence of spiritual inquiry itself, is that all of the questions, no matter what they are, what the essence of them is, what the issue is, they all boil down to this one question that I'm going to share with you now. And that question is, who am I? That's it. Those three words. Who am I? And to take that a little bit further, I want to offer you an insight, and it goes like this. Who am I? The question dissolves the questioner, and the self is realized. I'll say that again. Who am I? The question dissolves the questioner, and the self is realized. Within those few words, and those three words of that question, is a deep invitation to your truth. You see, we're so used to believing ourselves to be what I call the case of mistaken identity, which is this body-mind complex. But the body is something that we have, and it's not that which we are. It is something that we have, and it is not that which we are. And all of the questions I've ever been asked, and there have been many, all come from the identity, the small egoic I. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not good or bad, it just is what it is. But this, when we change the perspective in spiritual inquiry from the identity I to the infinite I, and are open to recognizing ourselves as awareness, then that massive, monumental change in perspective helps us to see more clearly what it is that we're struggling with, what it is that's unfolding in front of us, and actually the pathway to the dissolution of those struggles, that strife, that suffering. And really, every single question I've been asked, I'm always ultimately coming back and bringing people back to a change in perspective, to look from within rather than to look from the limited perspective of the mind. Thought cannot heal your pain. Presence will transform it. Thought cannot heal your pain. Presence will transform it. And that is also the same essence expressed differently, changing the perspective from the identity I to the infinite I. And with that one change in perspective, all of the questions can be seen clearly, can be dissolved, and all of the suffering and the pain in the emotional body can dissolve effortlessly by being open to this change in perspective. And that's why, for millennia now, spiritual masters have used spiritual inquiry as an integral part of spiritual practice. Not only meditation and awareness-based meditation, which is fundamental, the spiritual inquiry, the questions that people ask, brings integration and inner standing, and that's the inner version of understanding. That's inner standing. And it's like two wings, one angel is once how I expressed it. They come together and they become one, and there starts to be a deeper seeing. And it's amazing when people are open to that change in perspective, the impact it can have on them is more than life transforming. It absolutely fundamentally can transform people from within. And you don't need to believe me on that. Have a look on my website. There's endless testimonials and experiences and comments on there and YouTube and so forth. So I wanted to share that with you today, that all of the questions come down to these three words: who am I? And that change in perspective. And then also to say that at the end of the last retreat, was at the end of January, I put out there the opportunity to hold weekly Zoom calls. And those are going to now be run on a trial basis, commencing a week on Friday. That's Friday, the 2nd of April, from 2000 hours, 8 p.m. UK time on Zoom. And they're available to all. And I've put in the first link on the live here, a link where you can look at the details of that and register your interest. And it covers people in all financial situations, so you can, from scholarship to a standard donation, and the choice is yours. So I'm going to be running that for an initial 3-week trial period. It's 3 weeks because I'm actually going away with my wife and family for a week in a cottage after that, and we'll see how that goes. And it's an hour long, maximum an hour and a quarter, but these are the opportunity to bring along your spiritual inquiry questions. What are you struggling with on your spiritual path and life in general? And to be able to offer insight, but not only offering insight to help you see, as I've been explaining in the earlier part of this video, that with this change of perspective, you can start to open to this and do this for yourself. And that's fundamentally important, because no one ultimately is going to give this self-realization to you. It can only, as the word says, be realized. So herein is an opportunity to join us, as I say, a week on Friday, 8 p.m, 2000 hours UK time, via Zoom. You do need to register. It's for an initial 3-week period, and we'll see how it goes. And then if the interest is strong, I may continue afterwards. And these are like mini retreats, laser focused, and you will bring along your questions, and we'll gather there together, and I will offer insight, but also help you see these things for yourselves, so that you don't always have to rely on someone like me. So that's the opportunity, that's the invitation. Do take a look, it's in the first link in the comments there. Do register if it calls you, follow the calling of your heart. It's there for a reason, and if you're watching this, then perhaps that's an indication of something calling you. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. I'll leave you now with some more harp music, and I'll check back to see if there's any comments, but thank you for watching. Namaste. I look forward to sharing those starting 2nd of April, which is a week Friday, 8 p.m. UK time. Bye now. So that's the link you're looking for. It's in the comments. If you're watching on the Endless Peace and Love group, that probably won't have appeared yet. So I'll pop that in the comments after the live finishes in about a minute and a half's time. So I'm going to sign off in a few seconds, folks. Do look out for the link. Bye now.